If you are experiencing fibroids, I want you to stick around. Y'all, I didn't even really put hormones in food. Oh my God. Wow. Hey you all, welcome to the Mindful Plate. It's Shelly Wellness here, and today we are going to be making a delicious Mediterranean dish, one of my favorite that has gotten a makeover since I went plant-based. I'm going to show you how I take when I used to eat lamb meatballs and feta cheese with all the things, and I'm turning it into a harissa jackfruit ball with a za'atar cashew feta cheese. You are not going to believe how delicious this is. Let's get into the recipe. So to start, we are going to add our vegetables into our pan. Now, you can keep these vegetables raw if you want that fresh crispiness, but for me, I'm going to cook part of the vegetables and I'm going to keep the cucumbers raw. And then next you want to get your harissa jackfruit balls. Now these are already prepared because I always have jackfruit balls in my house. And if you've seen the video, jerk jackfruit balls, it's the same recipe. If you have the Mindful Plate cookbook, the recipe is in there, but instead of using jerk, I'm using harissa hot sauce instead. And then we're gonna need our feta cheese, but this is not just any feta cheese, this is our cashew feta. And before I show you how I make this, I wanna share with you the mindset that I use to create it. Let me tell you something. Now, I know you want to get back into the recipe, but before we go there, if you are experiencing fibroids, I want you to stick around for just a second. When I first started experiencing fibroids, one of the things I got super clear about was that what was contributing to the irritation in my womb, the discomfort, and possibly the growth of my fibroids had to do with the extra hormones in my food. Y'all, I didn't even really put hormones in food. And then I started learning about the food industry and realizing that these extra hormones have nothing to do with you, not that you need extra hormones, and everything to do with the industry's need to create profit and maximize their output. So they want these chickens and these lambs and the cows and everything to grow big, rapidly, and quickly so they can get it to market to you. So they add extra hormones into the food, and when they do, you consume it and it throws your body out of whack. And so when I got clear that that was happening, and I got really clear that my ultimate goal was to be well, I knew that I had to eliminate the hormones from my diet. But that also meant eliminating meat and eliminating dairy. And I really enjoyed eating meat and dairy. So I didn't go plant-based because I was here for the animals, although I am now. I went plant-based because I was here for my womb, and I wanted my womb to be healthy and be able to create life, not fibroids. So I decided if I have to do anything, it's gonna be to switch up my diet. And if you are struggling, sis, because you are experiencing fibroids and you're having a hard time, let me tell you, finding a substitute ends right here. If you are looking for a substitute for your chicken, for your beef, for your lamb, jackfruit is everything. If you're looking to substitute for your dairy and you like feta, cashews are everything. So let's get back into the recipe. I'm gonna show you how I made this feta cheese. You're gonna love it, and your womb is going to love it, because at the end of the day, what you deserve most is your wellness and your health. Let's get into it, sis. So we're taking our soaked cashews and we're gonna add them to our blender. And use raw cashews, very important, and have them soaked. And then next we're gonna add 3/4 cup of water. And this is fresh spring water, so not the water that you use to soak it in, but a good, clean, fresh spring water. And because we're making feta, you see these olives? We're not gonna put the olives in there, but we are gonna put the brine. Feta has that tangy, briny taste, and that's what we wanna add to our cheese. So we're gonna use this olive juice, 1/4 cup. And then we're gonna add 1/4 cup of lemon juice because we want more of that briny taste. I'm using organic lemons. I find that organic lemons are always best when you're using the juice and possibly the zest. And then we're gonna add in some white vinegar because we still want that tanginess. I'm telling you, we were making this feta tangy and briny to the max. So we're gonna add in 2 teaspoons of this. You also wanna use organic. And because this is feta, of course, it's gonna be salty, briny, so we're gonna add in 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt. And then we're gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. Now, once you have these ingredients in, you're gonna blend them until smooth. And then once we get halfway through the blending process, we'll add in our agar, which is a thickener, gives it that cheese-like feta consistency. And this is vegan. Instead of using gelatin, we use agar, and this is from seaweed. Now, before you add the agar in, this is a good time to taste it, because how it tastes is how it's going to taste, and see if you want to adjust any of your flavors. Oh my God. Wow. Woo! The way this tastes like feta. This is the best thing about going plant-based, is discovering that you can have your favorite foods. God, this is so good. Okay, now we're gonna add in the agar, mix it up again, and then we're gonna add it to our pot, cook it a little bit so the agar thickens, and then we're gonna set it, and we got feta. So now that we have successfully replaced our meat and our dairy, and we have our hormone-free Mediterranean meal, let's put it together. It's always wow to me how similar to meat and dairy these vegetables can look, and they taste so good. If there's anything that I've learned that I want to share with you, is that a happy mouth equals a happy womb. Eat well, y'all.